one day we should read Susan Cain's Quiet, because I'm curious about that book. I've never really read it. It's about introverts and stuff. And I think it single-handedly really popularized the idea of being an introvert. And I think way too many people sit there and say, oh, I'm an introvert, when they're really not an introvert. Um, or when they say, like, they like to say that I'm an introvert, even though really they're not an introvert, they're just antisocial. And because being an introvert doesn't mean that you hate being around people. Like, I love hanging out with my group of friends. Like, I think I have some of the best times out there. I love hanging out with my family. Again, I have some of the best time with them and everything. But really what ends up happening is by Friday, especially Friday evening, I feel so drained by everything that I do during the week, that I need time to myself. Like, I need that recharge period. And that's what an introvert is it's somebody who, when you're around other people, when you walk away, you feel tired, you feel drained, you feel worn out. Whereas an extrovert is somebody who, when they walk away from being around people, they feel energized and are ready to take on the day and do stuff. And so,
Yeah, I could say I agree with that. And extrovert is like a energy vampire, and the introverts are just so giving of their energies.
yeah, yeah.
um, no, but I just had to spoil that one a little bit.
No, you didn't. It's actually there is something to that. You didn't spoil it. It's kind of funny. You vampires, you.
You extroverted vampires. I consider myself a loud introvert.
People are like that too.
Yeah, I do come when I'm in groups. I come out of it tired, so I don't rip the energy out of the group. I pull mine internally, but that's okay. It's neither here nor there. I don't think it's anything other than just like how a person gets their energy. So
It's all very much a know yourself, because when you know yourself, you can then go. You can arrange your life in such a way that yeah, that's good for you. So, by the way, your mic sounds pretty good today.
oh sweet, I brought it a little bit closer, so it's kind of under my chin.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice.
And I did order from Germany a little mic boom.
Germany.
I'm having them send it to the office, so hopefully it'll be fine. Hopefully, there's no problems with customs inside the EU.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's wild. So, all right. Now that we've got our chit chat out of the way, and as you're still arranging everything, today's topic: prioritize and execute. I actually really like this one too. This is a good one.
It is a solid one. This is this. I think this is where a lot of people fall apart, and this is where you find somebody who has potential for leadership versus probably not.
I want to hear your opinion on that, because that's kind of a cool point.
Yeah, yeah. I think the ability to focus, or in other words, prioritize, is what sets somebody aside from being able to be a leader. And I don't think everybody has that ability. I think it can be enhanced, but I don't think it's something that everybody's really born with, or they've destroyed it through bad choices.
It's funny. I wonder, and this is kind of like a debate or discussion that we could have at some point, is how much of these qualities are are people born with, or how much of it is these are things people learn over time, and some people learn it at a younger age than others. I just honestly, it's a philosophical question. I don't really have an answer one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I have perspective, opinions on it, and I don't really have enough evidence or maybe enough insight into people's real lives to know the difference. I know. I guess fortunately, or what? Fortunately, I know a lot of people that made incredibly bad decisions all the way through their life, like bad choice after bad choice after bad choice. I don't know a lot of people that made the opposite, only good choices their whole life.
That is a very good point. Very few people ever actually make really good choices. Like it's not possible. We are we are fallen beings, and to bring in religious, put it in religious terms, and we suck.
Yeah, yeah. Except me, I'm awesome. But sometimes I have not been as awesome as I would like to be.
So for that comment that you put in our chat, which I will not share, I have lots of views on that. Some some very interesting ones that are, I think get to a lot of the heart issues of it. Do you, by the way, so I'm trying to remember the anecdote that they told at the beginning of this, and I'm like this, like skimming it right now, and I don't really remember this one at all.
I had a hard time. This whole chapter just went by very fast. So this is the one where it starts off. They're under fire. You have like not mortars, but rockets kind of going through the building, bulletproof, armor piercing rounds going through the building. They're penned down, waiting for the fire to go down so they can hop up with their machine guns and tear out the bad guys. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, right? Um,
It's a great war story.
Yeah, it's a good war story, and it goes all day long, right? I just imagine these big ass bad motherfuckers, just jumping up with their machine guns and mowing down bad guys.
Where's that plink?
Yeah, right. I didn't have time to set it up, and there was three in there.
What? Oh well. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, today I was so negligent.
We'll forgive because you have had a crazy morning. We'll just, or day, or I don't know. What time is it for you?
It is 4 o'clock.
Yeah, you've had a crazy day.
Okay, so I will just throw it on the table. Maybe we'll test out new sounds today. The other day I did manage to give away a bunch of it to one very old lady that was on the side of the street selling some stuff from her garden, and just trying to, you know, you get a lot of that where there's somebody's mama. You imagine it's like your mother in the situation, and you're like, sometimes they're trying to get money for medications. They're too proud to just beg for money. Um, and they probably don't, they maybe don't even have any living children or anybody that can uh, take care of them. So there's that. So I managed to give most of it to her. And I just, when I'm giving money to charity, I don't like it to be about me. I hate that. I like to give anonymously or through a company which they have no idea who the hell it is. So I just hate putting my name on the check or on the envelope. So the I just kind of put it down beside her, smiled, and walked away. Um, and that's just the way I think it ought to be done. There is, of course, better, maybe good ways to give her a blessing, say, "Hey, God bless you," and so on. But I don't like the reciprocation part of that whole thing. So
Yeah, I can understand all that. Yeah, that's, yeah, I get it. So since we don't really have a ton from that anecdote.
so let me keep going. Um, this is just the beginning, right? It goes all day. And then they're during the day, they're attacking people. They have one entrance where they can come in and out of, and they know that in the past there's a whole team that was wiped out because when they went to leave, they had placed a IED by the door and just blew up everybody as they're leaving. So, and they had like a 155 round, like a bomb, a bullet like this big, right?
Big and biggin.
And it would have been spectacular if the enemy, you know, won that one. For them at least, they would have been on the news, and like generations of people would have gone to heaven, and all that. But fortunately, they saw it. They set up a explosive to get rid of it on the way out, not to have that hit somebody else or some citizens. Because you got to keep in mind, they're still trying to keep the general population without being murdered. So it's such a hard balance. A lot of people came out of this region very disgruntled because they couldn't trust anybody. You know, they kind of made friends over there. They were kind of stabbed in the back. It was just hard, right? So, but you got to keep in mind that these people were living in this situation, and um, like they're like the regular population there is really just a target for all these international interests. That's not part of the story. That's just experience and insight, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. There's a lot of there is a lot of bad feelings with people who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, between them and the government and the military in general. There's a lot of bad feelings, around all that, and a lot goes back to, kind of like the so there's another book that we talk that I like, and it's really good. It's called Crucial Conversations, and one of the first principles that they talk about whenever you're having like a hard conversation with somebody is you need to sit down and start with why. Why are you talking to this person? What are you both trying to get out of this? What are you both trying to move towards? Those types of things. And so part of the reason why a lot of these people who came from there, and have bad feelings is, what's the why? Like, the why of Afghanistan and Iraq, I got really lost in a lot of different ways and reasons. So it's just, yeah, not a that's a whole, like, there are books and books and books of people who are much smarter than I am, who are much more well read than I am. Yeah, they're definitely more focused on it, who have written and stuff. I just have general views on it, and it makes me sad. But that's just because I don't like seeing military people upset over things.